And then if the team with the conditions, then will try and panic and score tries with the conditions. If you've kept them close, you've got the conditions in the second half.
If viewers think that is not the St Helens side, normally in red and white, that's their new away strip of green and blue. And of course, Warrington in customary colours, primrose and blue. Surely knock on. Well, Sean Hoppy, even Sean Hoppy, I don't think felt that he'd touched down. No. Definitely a knock on.
What they've got to do, they've got to go for the ball at kick-off. That's a first mistake, but there is a knock-on. I think it's Tommy Martin knocked it on, and Hoppy didn't score. So very fortunate there for Warrington. They need to catch the ball from kick-off.
Whichever way the teams are playing, they'll certainly have a problem with this win. Whether you've got it to your advantage or disadvantage, when that ball goes in the air, you've got to get under it. Nobody can quite tell.
It's so strong the win. I think Warrington will try to utilise the 40-20 kick.
Warrington then using this big, strong wingman. David Kidwell came over as a centre. St Helens with 8 Challenge Cup wins to their credit. Warrington with 5, but 1974 since Warrington last triumphed. And as ever, we have Richard Duckingfield down there. I believe there's been a little bit of controversy, Richard.
Yes, Ray, you could say that. It's a psychological victory, I expect, for Warrington Wolves before the game. Saints came here expecting to use the new season's ball. Now, the new season's ball is a little slimmer, it's a little more pointed than the old one, but they found that Warrington is still using the old ball. They weren't happy about that. Does it make a difference? Well, apparently it does, because, as they say, the experts will know, the sweet spot on the ball is rather different. So it could give Sean Long for St Helens 1 or 2 problems, but I guess Jonathan knows about the sweet spot on these balls.
Well, I must confess, sweet spot or no sweet spot, I can't understand the argument, because if both sides actually looked at the rules that were sent out this week, the teams should use the match ball of the club, only the new ball in the semi-final and the final. Will it make a difference, Jonathan?
I think the ball is. If it's been worn, is a lot easier to kick, and this is definitely an old ball, and the sweet spot is bigger. But it'll be with these conditions, I don't know how big the sweet spot is.
Rob Smythe then, number 2 in possession, former London Broncos player. Mark Hilton being well attended to, but Sculthorpe, Stankovic and company, offside.
There the offside. Look, Russell Smith is stood there on the 40-metre line, way in front of him.
St Helens with a very experienced squad, 10 of today's squad in last season's Challenge Cup final lineup. Virtual new team for Warrington. St Helens well in control in the heads-to-heads.
There's Lee Breers coming into the half-back position on attack.
John Clark with ball out there to St Helens struggling here to hold this big Aussie, Darren Burns. Rodwell again. That's a nice little kick. Oh, now then, has O'Reilly scored?
Time, please.
Will depend on the video referee, or is Mr. Smith going to give it? Looks a try.
He just wants to see if he's onside.
We've got to finish this next stoppage with that then, Lee, and then we'll change it, mate.
It's flat as fuck. Oh, sorry, I can't kick that.
Here's the runner. He's onside. That is a try. He's happy with the grounding. He doesn't need any more angles, I think. That is a try. That is clearly a try. Great holding back by O'Reilly. Watch him. Watch as he just gets to it, holds his run, checks his run. Good try. Superb kick by Rodwell.
It's a try. So, video referee Dave Campbell, no hesitation, joy on those Warrington faces. And it's interesting, Jonathan, that Barrow beat Barrow last week with 2 similar tries, little chip kicks.
Well, it's a ploy, you know, if it's done to perfection, it's very difficult to defend against. Like, Wellens is there, he can't get across, and then also Stewart can't. So it was pinpoint. exploiting it. But look at the communication. Bang, he stays the yard, he knows it's there, and the kick is so precise, splits the two back defenders.
Yep, O'Reilly, third try in the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Challenge Cup for Warrington this season, and as I said, Garen Burns and David Kidwell picking up 2 tries in very similar manner up at Barrow. So the new coach very keen on that tactic. Lee Breers. And 2 points from the former St Helens player. So terrific start here for the Warrington Wolves. 6 points to 0.
Don't hold them down near the line, lads, let them up.
Just look, they pull the defenders up first of all. It's a lovely little kick. Checks his run, he comes out to a shot with the precision of the kick between the winger and the full back, and that's why it's so difficult to defend.
Well taken too by O'Reilly. That's what we were saying about getting under the ball. Never took his eye off it. Good judgment. Mark Hilton charging in, number 10. Good to see this lad, Hilton, back in the fray again. Shoulder injuries and broken arms have restricted his career for the last 3 seasons. Dale Norton, experience in the cup with Sheffield Eagles in that never to be forgotten win in '98 over Wigan. That's a high tackle.
Yeah, joint,
no,
joint
just
on,
a touch lower.
on
Marquette.
Just a touch lower.
Here he goes, lines him up, comes in, yeah, hits the ball, but that is a high tackle. We should see if he goes for goal here, because the wind is definitely with him. Yeah, just shows how strong one of these conditions are. The wind is on his back, and very rarely do you see rugby league players going for long distance penalties because the importance of possession. But the wind is so strong. Breers thinks that they can get distance and just put it dead.
Oh, it's well worth the effort, isn't it? I mean, what, just 6 metres inside the St Helens half, over 908 points for Warrington in his career. And as we heard earlier, a lot to prove from Lee Breers. A lot of rumours circulating around that St Helens might be with a bid for this lad at the end of the season. £55,000 transfer back in '97 from Knowsley Road. Breers looking for a second successful kick. Strikes it beautifully, straight between the posts, flighted perfectly, and didn't he just judge that win?
I think there was a 30 yards to spare with that kick. That just shows how strong this wind is. It's a great stadium to kick goals. Having kicked it myself, you know, it's a small little patch, and here's the incident. Marquette goes in and Jointy's got him. Welcome to the British game.
St Helens restart again then. Less than 7 minutes gone, and the Challenge Cup holders already down 8 points to 0.
Keep behind the line, lads.
These two sides had 1 win each last season in a draw. But again, a missed ball there from the kickoff.
Oh, well.
And I think a lot for Ian Millwall to ponder on. He's certainly writing 1 or 2 notes down there, I think, for the half-time talk, Jonathan.
I think he was nervous about this. It is a local derby, and you know, Saints are a great side, but coming to Warrington and Witherspoon is always a difficult encounter.
And this is the first real touch for St Helens that they've had, haven't they? We've played 8 minutes, they've hardly seen the ball.
And this will be an important set of 6 for Warrington. They'll try and really bash, and that's not what they need, to give penalties away.
Well, you said don't give penalties away, but that's a ripping out. 6 tackles in this sequence, just 15 metres from that Warrington line. Cunningham, strike rate of almost 1 try every 2 games. Phenomenal strike rate for a hooker.
2 on your line.
This is where he's dangerous.
Cunningham again. Sculthorpe, well tackled. Good defence there by Warrington. Sliding across number 13 there, Darren Burns, former Brisbane Broncos. A chance there. Oh, that was a clever move. Now then, have they held him up? I think they have. But that was a clever move, Jonathan. Well worked.
Well,
almost succeeded.
They had numbers on the right-hand side, 2 tackles earlier. But this is why he's so dangerous. Look at that. 1 marker, 12 goes in, Dominic goes in, Dean Busby, and then Kidwell goes underneath. But that's how dangerous this guy is, Kieran Cunningham.
Under the rules, if a player's held up over the line, it's head and ball to the attacking side. Tommy Martin, he's got Joint on the outside. That's a good ball there to Hoppy. As well to hold on to it, actually, there's Sean Hoppy. 10 metres from that line. Darren Britt, the new pack signing from Australia. Canterbury Bulldogs. Sean Long. Oof. Well, you could call that a wild pass, a speculative pass, or quite simply, a bad pass.
Yeah, they're a bit too flat. Look at them out wide. They're all too flat. There's no options for him, no second wave. But they did create, again, numbers on the left as well. So it's a worrying sign for Steve Anderson, the coach, you know, that they had numbers on the left and right there. They've got a number up quicker, the Warrington defence.
Warrington then just content to hold on to that lead in these early stages, just using the forwards to bring that ball away. And after all we've had here in the northwest, we've had snow, hail, rain, the wind is still here. Sunshine. Hilton again, been in superb form in the early stages of this season, the trial games. John Clark, O'Reilly, along with Stanley Jean, one of 2 Papua New Guinea internationals in the game. Lee Breers.
Lovely weight on the kick by Breers. It's difficult to kick in these conditions, whether you've got it, you know, behind you or facing you, because if you kick too strong behind, it's going to go dead.
Good aggressive defence from Warrington, Jonathan. They're moving up very, very quickly. I think that was the problem with Long. He couldn't put that pass across the face, could he?
No depth as well. No depth as well. So they've got to base their game on their defence, Warrington.
Good run from Cunningham there. On the 5th tackle. Sean Long. That just gives you some indication of the wind.
He's got to kick it and hang it into the wind, hasn't he? You've got to aim it about, you know, if you hung it into between the posts, the ball would come back and hold. He's got no chance there, young Stewart.
As we said earlier on Grandstand, Warrington with over 16 new players in this season squad. They did go down to Lillishall a few weeks ago to do some bonding down there.
Don't come at the mouth, Dale.
They've certainly started well.
Don't come shouting. There's nothing in it. You lost control when you hit the floor.
Hilton isn't
Don't
happy.
contest every call. Let's talk about it. Wait, Tommy.
Mr. Smith, one of the major referees in World Rugby. 4 Challenge Cup finals to his credit. Sculthorpe, nice pass inside, just well taken actually by Stankovic. St Helens now getting more into this game. Long, Darren Britt, oh, good tackling.
Yeah, they're picking up well. They know he has the ability to offload in tackles, but they're just nailing him early.
Martin to Chris Joint now then. Does Joint get away down this side? No, he doesn't. Good tackle there. Tommy Martin again. Paul Wellens. Sculthorpe. Whoa, can he get it away? Yes, he does to Stankovic. Here's a chance for St Helens now. Oof. Albert puts it down.
Lovely skill by Sculthorpe, pass getting the ball behind the tackler, but they're just all flat.
Tommy, come on!
Well, it's a new combination out there, Jonathan, for St Helens in Gleeson and Albert. Not quite used to each other.
Yeah, they've got to, they've got to give the halfbacks a bit of depth. Tommy Martin and Long.
And again, the force of that wind just taking that ball over the dead ball line.
Breers went for the 40-20 kick, but just got his angles wrong.
Long. This wind really playing havoc with the passing, and yet normally if you're playing against the wind, if you stand closer, it should be a better passing game for you.
Yeah, it's really terrible conditions for passing. You've just got to throw the pass a little bit harder and put it in the breadbasket.
There's another knock on.
Here's the knock on, Margaret. They should know each other, these two. They play together in Newcastle night. You can't afford to give, possession away in such a great attacking position.
"15 minutes gone, still Warrington 8 points to 0 in the lead." That try from O'Reilly and the 2 goals from Lee Breers. Cunningham again, trying to put pressure on this Warrington side, trying to suck in these Warrington forwards, get them into the middle. Oh, terrific barnstorming run there by the Great Britain hooker. Good 30 metres gain there now. Chris Joint, good pass. Here's a chance for St Helens here now. Stewart into touch. But that was typical St Helens play. Cunningham driving down the middle, bringing the pack in the middle, and then pushing it wide, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's a great ball out, and it's a superb tackle.
Scully! Keep him flat, mate. John, hold your back 3 until it's out. Stay in, it's back 3. Stay in. It's outside, Tom. Very much, Sean, 1. Back. Look, John.
Warrington bringing it away with the pack, and they certainly have some big men in this Warrington side. Steve Anderson really has bought 9 or 10 forwards. 1 or 2 men like Sid Domick in the backs there, who can run out at loose forward. Kidwell can go in the second row. St Helens a little light in the pack. Over 81 amateur clubs, Northern Ford Premiership and French clubs started out in rounds 1, 2 and 3, but this is where we now get down to the real game when the Super League sides come in. Joint. Darren Britt. Peter Shields moving out well there. That's a good ball. That's a knock on. Play on. Paul Wellens. Shields trying to force the ball out, but it caught a Warrington hand, so it's another 6. Another 4 tackles according to referee Smith. Back to Britt. Sculthorpe. Well, I couldn't understand that, Jonathan. He shouted 4 more tackles, and then within a second he was on the 5th and the last.
He might get confused. I think he may have said 4 and didn't worry, didn't think he was saying 4 more, but it was 4 and then last tackle after that. But they are defending very well, like just getting up in a line. Organisation is good. And this is where they should work. With the condition, they should work up to the 40 if they can, and then pass. And then get the kick in and get the 40-20, because condition, I'm sure Tommy Martin and Sean Long will be looking for that in the second half.
Clark.
Fine to me, get back, all the way back, you do. All the way.
And again, that's the second kick wasted by Warrington. Too deep, too strong.
If you're going to go with a win, you've got to, you know, utilise it. It's just going to waste. You're giving possession away, giving field possession away, and I just think you've got to stay in the 40-metre kick and look for the 40-20 at every opportunity so they regain the ball in an attacking position.
Go all the way. Wait, lads. Wait. Get him low.
Cunningham.
Let him up.
I think Saints might be not too disappointed with just 8 points to 0 down against this win halfway through the first half.
Oh, it's an extremely strong wind, and yeah, they'll be happy. They've just consolidated the game. No, they're just slowing it down, killing it, and it's just a wasted opportunities by Warrington. The wind got hold of that pass. The pass wasn't falling until the wind got it, and it was just given by the linesman.
Rest up, lads. Have a minute. Keep your 5, Sean. Hang on. Stay in, Scully.
Forwards just taking the opportunity to have a minute. Breers. Good pass to Lee Penny. Penny now, he's got the wingman with him. Oh, Smythe couldn't just take it. Picked up well there by Darren Albert.
Yeah, superb break by Lee Penny. He just couldn't get the pass in front of him.
Hoppy, long. Stankovic. Good run there by the youngster. Terrific handoff. Oh, wonderful run there. Puts St Helens now on the attack. Long, looking for a quick play of the ball. Uses the blind side well. Tommy Martin. Good cover, good scrambling defence though there by Warrington. Long. Peter Shields. Sculthorpe, can he get it away? Here's a chance on the outside now. Paul Wellens going for the line. Paul Wellens puts the ball down.
We're going to have a look.
Is he going to make it a double movement?
Let's have a look. There's a decent suspicion there, Dave, that he was grounded and then rolled over. There's a strong possibility of a double movement.
Yes.
But
Is it a double movement?
So
Does the ball hit the ground? That's what he's asking for.
Try our note try, mate, please.
Ball hits the ball there. Does the ball go to ground? It's very difficult to say from that angle. By Lee Breers' reaction there, he thinks it's a double movement. Here we go. Wellens goes in. Attacker's miss. Slips out of the tackle. Oh, does he turn? Does he get the ball? Does the ball touch the floor? Or is it one movement?
The ball has to touch the floor, or the elbow touching the floor. It's difficult to see, isn't it? This is a better angle.
This is an angle. Oh, does that ball touch the floor?
It looks as if it's nestling in his arm.
Oh, it's a call. Look at the linesman. The lineman's in a good position.
Yeah.
He might refer it back to the... This might be the angle we should see. There's the tackle. Clark goes in. Knocks, I think, Burns out of the way, and Breers comes in. He knows he's got to make the tackle. Goes in, balls there. From that shot, that ball doesn't hit the floor.
No.
It rests. It rests on that left leg of Lee Breers. So from that angle, it's a try.
Well, Dave Campbell, the video referee, with a lot of responsibility here. The elbow goes down. I don't think the ball touches the ground. It does now. And it's a try. St Helens then, first points on the board thanks to the strength there of Paul Wellens. He's only 13 stone 3 pounds, but he shrugged off a couple of tacklers, and the young Great Britain player got the ball down. Sean Long with the conversion attempt. Kick here for Long. Kicking right into the face of the wind.
Yeah, just got to try and stop this and keep it low. Very difficult kick.
It's a good effort. Oh,
Wynn just caught it.
just caught it, took it away to the side, but a good effort nevertheless. That will give St Helens some confidence. Paul Wellens then, the try scorer.
This is the ball coming out. The winger's got to make that tackle. Kidwell comes in. He's got to wrap the man up on that tackle. Fails to do it. Wellens makes the most of the opportunities and crosses. If the winger comes in, he's got to make that tackle.
The defence, in fact, were hanging off there, weren't they? Out wide, they were hanging off. They gave St Helens 2 or 3 more yards to run in.
Well, they had numbers on the right, and also if the tackle is missed, they've got a run in. So if the winger commits himself, he's got to make the tackle.
Suddenly, both sets of fans begin to come alive again.
And you sense on the St Helens bench, I think as Ray was saying earlier, that if they can get to half-time with just a handful of points in arrears, they won't be at all disappointed by that because of the conditions. When the sun's out, it's a very bright low sun. It's in their eyes, so that's against them too. All the activity is with their substitutes, Dwayne West, Mick Hyam, Tim Yonkers and Mark Edmondson, but it's difficult at this stage to see what tactical difference Ian Millwood could make by making a change in his side. It's just that the conditions on the foot mean that changes of direction are very difficult for St Helens. It's caught Kieran Cunningham out a couple of times, but at this point of the game they won't be too downhearted at all.
I would think Ian Millward would be trying to keep his substitutes off the field for as long as he can and bring them in when he's got that wind advantage, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's damage limitation, as I said. You've got to just hold the ball and try and stay in the game, and they'd be very comfortable with this position.
St Helens looking to get back on level terms. Long. That's a well-flighted ball. It's a problem though for Kidwell. That's a drop out under the post.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to expose his lack of pace. You know, he's a huge fella for a winger, and his strength is ball carrying. And they try and put the ball behind. They make the big man turn, but he does exceptionally well to get the ball in goal and dead.
It's an interesting selection though by Steve Anderson, isn't it? Because he's got another forward, Sid Domick, playing in the centre. I know he has played in the backs, but he's been playing loose forward this season.
Yeah, I think conditions have dictated his team selection. It's because the conditions are so heavy, they've gone for bulk.
Peter Shields, another of these giants in the game, 6'5", Cunningham. Good ball. Paul Sculthorpe trying to take it one-handed. That was a good pass from Cunningham. It was putting Sculthorpe through the gap. But it's Warrington coming away again.
It's great play, the reading Cunningham. They know he's going to dart and probe, and know he has the ability to offload, and you've just got to try and hit that hole.
Kidwell loses the ball. Now then.
Tom, it's a dangerous tackle. You don't get your hands on him properly. It's a dangerous tackle, Tom. No.
That tackle now being judged a dangerous tackle. Once it used to be au fait, it was called a Cumberland throw.
Yeah, he said, the referee Smith said that he didn't have his hands on the tackle and it was dangerous.
Two hands on prior to the foot is a rule. I thought I would have picked that sidestep, that one bamboozled me.
Lee Breers. Warrington winners over Barrow in the previous round up there at Craven Park in a very muddy, very wet Craven Park by 10 points to 0, and St Helens in the same conditions beat Oldham by 40 points to 6. But a quarter.
On your line! On your line!
Great tackle. Stankovic. Yeah, great pick-up, Wellens. He knows the kick is coming.
Two to me! Back! Go on, Tom.
Darren Burns, 14 from the Brisbane Broncos, heading the tackles, but I think you know, it's an indication with Shields out at 11 that it's been a very even game, Jonathan, so far.
Oh, get up it.
Yeah, very even game.
Keep the ball.
You can't give penalties away in all these positions.
I don't think he does kick it, does he?
Well, not from that. I think that was Skeletor's mistake. So, but
Whatever, St Helens then, in possession, on the attack.
Wait while he plays it.
Cunningham. Chris Joint again, that's a nice pass again to Wellen. Wellen's playing a very prominent part in this game, coming up at every opportunity. Joint again. Well, it was passed out like a bullet.
yeah, they are favouring the short side. They've worked out the numbers. Wellens is committing, you know, defenders in, and he does. Smythe's got 2 men to pick up. They look hoppy, and if the bullet pass would have gone to hand, he had a chance.
It was well intended because the wingman, the Warrington wing, had come inside, hadn't he? There was a gap there.
Yeah, they do work the short side extremely well, St Helens.
Blue skies overhead, sun shining.
And there's Matt Sturm, just come on.
Just the wind hindering the players.
Yeah.
Hilton
Let him up, please.
worked long and hard to get himself back to full fitness, Mark Hilton.
Get up, back.
Again, Clark making good ground from that acting half-back position. Breers just trying to flight that ball, does it well too.
Better kick with a good chase.
Matt Sturm, former Huddersfield player, coming on.
Come on, three, get up it.
Edmondson on again, the replacement coming on thick and fast.
Cunningham. Oh. Tommy Martin. Warrington really crowding St Helens out, really pushing St Helens sideways.
Nearly got a pass out there to Darren Alban. If he has a free run, he can scoot.
Tommy Martin sensibly keeping that ball very, very low. Good chase too by St Helens. No way through there for Breers. The tackling really impressive this afternoon. The key factor in this game so far. Just the 2 chances, one to O'Reilly in that 3rd minute, one to Wellens in the 20th.
Got to go forward, Warrington.
Hilton. Good strong bullocking runs from Mark Hilton. Clark.
5, let go, let him up, 5. Come on, Chris.
On the 5th tackle. Rodwell. These kicks not really testing St Helens, are they? I mean, the wings are dropping back, the fullback, Wellens is picking them up. You don't think 1 or 2 high kicks to...
Well, with the conditions as they are, the kicking game has been poor, apart from the try which they scored. Everything has been poor. They've kicked too far. They haven't kicked for the 40-20, and they haven't hung the ball in the air. You know, they've got to utilise the conditions.
Shields. Paul Wood there coming on for Dale Lawton. And again, Martin with one of those long, low probing kicks sends Breers back there. 4 St Helens defenders. That's a terrific chase, almost carrying him over the line. Have they got him over? Yes, says referee Smith. Well, good play by St Helens, and just the perfect kick from Martin, but a little slow from Breers.
Yeah, very slow. Look, he's got such a strong wind at his back. You know, sometimes I remember Dougie Lawton saying the wind's so strong, maybe just kicking it on the first tackle and playing in the opposition 22 think it does make coaches' hairs fall out, making that kick early in the tackle, but sometimes it is effective because everyone's up, chasing the kick.
Well, I think it's indicative there of the strength of Martin and Gleeson. They're pushing him back because Breers has put about a stone on since last season.
We're still only got 12 and a half.
13-3, I'm assuming.
13-3. They're all getting big, aren't they?
Sean Long still nursing his way back into rugby, had a knee reconstruction. Will take quite some games, I think, to get him back to full speed, full fitness, and more importantly, I think, full confidence. Mark Edmondson. Ball's called on, that's a good ball to Sean Hoppy. He's got support inside. Well, what did I say about Sean Long? There is confidence, there is speed, backing up as ever. Good try. And Saints' perseverance down that left-hand side finally paid off.
Yeah, great angle by Hoppy. Watch it now, the ball comes across, he holds up, bang. Lee Penny is at sorts, he takes the wrong man, and it's just a great run by Hoppy. He hits the hole, and Sean Long just strolls over. Just watch him there. Number 3 is taking the dummy runner, Chris John. He had to step in there, doesn't step in, and it's a run-in for Sean Long. Superb ball.
What did I say about Sean Long nursing himself, Jonathan?
Yeah, that's what he does well. Look at him, he knows the move is on. Number 7, he just tracks and tracks and tracks. It was a superb ball by Sculthorpe, a great angle by Hoppy, but Lee Penny took the wrong man and the hole just opened up for him.
Sean Long, who picked up a try against Oldham in the 4th round, his 2nd try of the tournament. Only 10 metres, and it is under the post, but there's that very strong wind facing him. No problem for Long and St Helens. For the first time in this match, going to the lead by 10 points to 8, and I'm sure those Saints fans will be very happy to see the half-time whistle come along now and see their favourites change round.
Yeah, this is the end of the movement. Hoppy just waits and waits. He knows there'll be support there from somebody, Sean Long.
Keep behind the line. Stay back, lads. Don't get in front. Don't get in front.
Ooh, that's another kick that's not quite come off.
This just shows the strength of this wind. Look, he just puts it up in the air and the wind's got under it, behind it, and it's gone dead on the full. And now it's an opportunity for St Helens to attack again.
In a sense, the intention would have been good if Lee had sort of flighted that ball just 10 or 15 metres to get his pack underneath it.
Well, they've been playing now for 35 minutes. If you haven't judged the wind by now, you know there is something wrong.
Darren Britt, Saints forward, back on the bench after his first half labour down. This is a good performance considering the first half conditions, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty windy. We're definitely running into the wind. It's very boggy out in the middle too. It's man at my great speed, it's slowing me down a bit.
But just a handful of points in it at the half-time stage. I guess Saints, with the conditions in the second half, would feel quite confident.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the wind. It's definitely got a few points in it. So it'll be I think it'll be to our advantage in the second half.
Thanks, Darren.
Just less than 5 minutes remaining then in this first half, and Warrington must be desperate to get some more points on the board. They should have taken better advantage of this wind. Clark using the youngster Paul Wood down the right hand side, former St William's lad in Wigan, and Matt Sturm. Breers. Broadwell, good pass, good tackle, good anticipation there from St Helens coming inside the Martin Gleeson. Breers again. Good movement by Breers, but drop pass. Helens looking good, isn't he, at full-back?
Yeah, someone's been hurt bad in back play. I'm not sure who it is.
Well, it looks to me like Lee Breers is hurt down there, and they're certainly calling for a stretcher. Let's hope it's not too bad, but that's a good tap penalty there by Sculthorpe. The game continuing. One or two of the Warrington fans want the game stopped to have attention to Breers. Stankovic looking very, very powerful down the right-hand side.
You've got to defend now. Man short. It's important.
Shields. And surely at the end of this 6-tackle sequence, referee Russell Smith will stop the game.
Sometimes I think, you know, it's where soccer is, if someone's injured, they kick out.
Warrington down to 12 men temporarily here. Sculthorpe, nice ball out of the back. Here's a chance for Helens going in, and he does. That's Helens' second try of the afternoon. The Warrington fans very concerned that the game wasn't stopped, but it is up to the referee. He has to judge the severity of the injury, and he probably doesn't know.
No, there's the first offload, and there's a lovely weighted pass, and superb run on his shoulder comes Helens. He was short, used the pass. Sculthorpe hits the angle, great angle. There's the first offload, and just watch the gap. Rodwell comes in to make the tackle on Long. Unfortunately, doesn't get to it, and he's over. Watch, you know, this is the first offload. Bang. But watch, here comes Rodwell in, tries to close the ball down. He comes in, number 7. The gap opens up for Helens, number 1.
And that's a bitter blow for Lee Breers and the Warrington club. Let's hope that the knee injury is not as serious as it appears to be. And a difficult time for Steve Anderson now. He's got to rejig this side around. He's got to build confidence back in them at half-time, because it's this man and St Helens oozing confidence at the moment. Long, very casually, slots it between the uprights. Another 2 points for St Helens then. 16 points to 8 now in the Saints' favour.
St Helens 16.
Oh yeah, you know, great start by Warrington with the wins, but no.
And it really is a bitter blow for Warrington, and well, Lee Breers in particular. Here it is.
Lovely dummy, looking for the inside ball. Did he catch him there with his foot? No, that's the tackle. You can see his right leg is just made. He just straightens up his right leg, and that looks really nasty. Maybe looks like a cartilage or ligament problem.
And he falls awkwardly, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I think, you know, the conditions, the underfoot conditions, is the tackle from behind. It always is a worry. But they'll be disappointed, Warrington, after a superb start. Kicking game was going well, but slowly but surely mistakes crept in, and it allowed St Helens to come back into the game. And if you allow them back into the game, just shows such a skillful side they are with well-crafted tries.
As you say, once St Helens got to grips with that wind, and from the 20th minute onwards, they really began to take control, Jonathan.
Yeah, and look at the tackles, 79 tackles made by Warrington. I think that's because Saints were, you know, playing, you know, against the wind. Missed tackles 16, and offloads 17 by St Helens. Those are the crucial stats there. So you know, they've got to stop the offloads, and they've got to not miss tackles. Otherwise, Saints will run away with this game.
Russell Smith getting the players right behind. Crowthers there in the number 17 jersey, moved into Breers' full-back position.
Went back, he said, so lucky break for St Helens.
Nice switch of play there. Shields just losing his footing. The pitch actually standing up quite well. It's torrential rains here in the northwest in the last 5 or 6 days.
Again, the off-front attack by Sculthorpe. They've got to wrap him up.
Martin. That's a well-placed kick. He flicked it off the side of his foot. Oh, and that's caused problems there for the
Crowthers.
fullback, Kevin Crowthers. And I understand we have some news on Lee Breers down there from Dick Duckingfield.
Yes, Ray, the doctor is still examining him. They're not too sure of the extent or the seriousness of the injury. It is his left knee. He was obviously in excruciating agony when it happened, although he looked a little bit more comfortable when he was helped off the field. The immediate verdict then, of course, it could change, was that he would take no further part in the game. But until they know the extent of the damage, they can't really be sure about that. But I think, as his captain Matt Rodwell said before this game, he's the player who can make things happen. He's the player who can actually change the game. So it's a very big loss for Warrington Wolves.
It certainly is. As Clark puts a nice pass down that side. Woods going strong there. Good movement there by the youngster. Warrington fighting back. Almost thought Rodwell was going to get the ricochet there.
That's what they need. They created the overlap out wide, and it was a lovely short ball.
St Helens just content to hold on to the ball here. They are in the lead. They'll not want to surrender anything at this early stage. Long.
Get back. Let him up. Wait.
Sculthorpe. Neither of these two St Helens wings had any real chances. Stewart or Albert there. Crowthers taking advantage of that good bounce.
Yeah, well, lovely kick though, wasn't it? You know, high in the air, not worried where it's going to land because the wind's going to take it away, you know, from the defenders.
Push him back down, Mark.
Toughening up, it's getting rough out there. Hilton.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, they've got to hold the ball now. It's a great attacking position. This is the hit. Tommy Martin leans with his left shoulder, looking for the throw. He loves it, but dislodges the ball.
Tom, hold him in, Tom Riley.
Martin with Sculthorpe there. Gleeson. One of Saints' new signings, England under 21s.
There's Albert. He hasn't had much of a run today. He says one of the quickest guys in Super League, the quickest.
Well, he's certainly very, very highly rated down under. 65 tries in 89 games with the Newcastle Knights.
I'm sure he'll be up in the try-scoring charts with this St Helens side.
Long, Warrington backpedaling. Good play there by David Kidwell.
Read the situation very well, Kidwell there. And this is where the forwards have got to do the hard work to get out of there. Can't kick into this strong wind. They've got to make the yards.
St Helens determined to keep Warrington down here. Force Warrington to play out this set of 6, give St Helens the possession and the position in this game that they want. On the 5th tackle, and they've done just that. Warrington just making 10 or 15 metres. That's a very good kick.
Yeah, very good set of 6 there with the falls and a good kick by Rodwell.
Excellent. Albert. Tony Stewart, another player who was restricted with injuries. Not this man though. Joint. Gleeson stepped off nicely there, but looks for the support. There's that man Stankovic again. What a game this youngster's having this afternoon. Former Goulburn Parkside amateur through the Barla network.
Well,
Cunningham playing very, very quickly. The powerful Cunningham going for the line. That's good defence to hold Cunningham up like that.
tackle complete, release.
Going for the kill now, Saints had opportunity to go for goal, going for the try. Great defence.
And him up, on your line.
He'll not be happy with himself.
No, they've had a couple of darts for the line. I think the wind just takes it. Scully should have taken that ball. He'll be unhappy with himself.
Keep your 5, Saints.
But it was just about the offloads. I think in that movement there was 4 offloads which created the space. First for Gleeson and then for Cunningham. They've got to stop the offloads.
The Wolves coach Steve Anderson was saying just before half-time started that he wanted the Wolves to tighten up on the tackling, to put more weight into it, to get more into the face of the St Helens players, but I suppose it's what you'd expect him to say at that point of the game. If anything, this wind has dropped. It's not nearly so strong as it was in the first half, so perhaps Saints aren't going to enjoy the advantage that Warrington did.
I think that statistic that we saw there, 20 passes out of the tackle to 2 from Warrington. Warrington have got to change the style of play, haven't they? It's just direct, it's just straight down the middle.
Yeah, but it's just a question of maybe they've got to stop St Helens offloading. That's the first thing they've got to do. And there's a break, there's a try of a Hoppy.
Tommy Martin to Sean Hoppy. Hoppy going for the corner there. It's called. Well, it could be momentum that carried him over. It was a good last-ditch tackle. He'll want to see it again on the video referee.
Well behind play. First of all, when it hit Tommy Martin, I think it came off his leg, but just check it didn't play an hand. And secondly, just look at the ground because I was blind to that.
He's just checking.
I think he wants, I think he wants to see if it was a charge zone. Here's the first thing. It's a little kick, which is a dangerous kick. It comes off his hip. Tommy Martin just turns off the hip. Didn't touch anyone in front. It's a lovely ball in the tackle. And now a foot race. Is this double movement or is it momentum? One. I think that's momentum and that's a try. I would give that as a try. This is always dangerous. Watch this now. He just turns his back. It comes off his thigh. Doesn't hit the guy on the floor, which is, I think it's Stankovic. I'm not sure. Lovely inside ball. Here's the kick. Look, is there a knock on? I think there's not. Bang. No, just turns his back. Hits his quad. I don't know why he's looking at this.
Maybe does he think that it's hit the St Helens player in front of him and is it accidental offside?
It doesn't, though. I'm sure it doesn't.
Difficult to see.
Yeah, Peter Shields, bang.
That's
ball
what he's
goes
looking
in.
for.
Oh, there goes up. No, it doesn't. It doesn't hit
No,
there. He rolls away. That is a try.
I think the video referee's very happy with that kick now. I think he's very happy with the accidental offside. I think this double movement's the problem.
Right, yeah, that's not offside. He rolls away. There's a tackle. Great tackle, Rob Smythe. Bang. Elbow hits the floor. I don't think he knows what he's doing there, Hoppy, does he? He just hits the floor, bounces up. I would give that as a momentum try.
Well, I think we have a decision. Referee video man Dave Campbell has come to a decision and he says a try. And no arguments from those St Helens fans. Sean Hoppy taking advantage of this stroke of luck.
Yeah, Riley gets a kick. It's a dangerous kick. Comes off him. Look at this. Holds the pass up. Lovely, lovely ball. And not as quick as used to be, Sean Hoppy, but it's a try. Momentum carries him over.
Rob Smythe did very, very well to get back there for that.
Yes.
Now then, Long with the wind advantage this time from the touchline. Strikes it beautifully over the crossbar, and St Helens now in full flow. The Challenge Cup holders, 22 points to 8 here at Wilderspool.
Let's keep behind the line, lad.
I've seen this enough, and look at it. It's a very difficult kick to do. It comes off his foot, comes off Tommy Martin's thigh, and that's it. Try.
That's a very, very good kick-off. Play on, says referee Russell Smith, and Warrington get the ball. Well, they need a stroke of luck at this stage. Interference at the play of the ball by Sculthorpe. Clark.
Burns gets injured there.
Let him up one, get up it.
Hallwood.
Two on your line, get up.
Now then, Warrington really do need some points. They really do need to stop this momentum for... here's a chance. Paul Marquette, the new signing, is in there. The big, burly second row. I was just saying that Warrington really did need some points to stop the momentum that St Helens had got going.
Great dummy run here, look at that. Bang, comes through. I think it's Crowther. Marquette hits the angle. Whether that's obstruction or not is questionable. Watch this. The dummy run by Crowther. Here he comes, and he does stop Sean Long getting to him, holds him back. Great try, great ball, but a question over. What's the dummy run of the Crowther? He comes in there, bang, stops Sean Long. The tackle is missed. But Sean Long did have interference, but it was good play by Rodwell and Marquette.
It certainly looked a crossing decision, didn't it? But all credit to Marquette there. He really did come in. He came in at thundering force. There was nothing going to stop him, was there?
Yeah, and Smythe, Rob Smythe has got to take the kicking over now.
St Helens has scored 22 points without reply until that touchdown. Rob Smythe then with the kick. And it is, it's 2 points, so Warrington are back in this game. This match certainly isn't over. 22 points to 14 now for St Helens.
And use the dummy runner. He's not in shot yet. Number 17 comes in and just hinders Sean Long enough to allow Marquette to go through. So they're back, and they did need that.
Suddenly, new life in this Warrington side, and there is Lee Breers jumping up and down. He wants to get back into the action, and certainly Warrington will want to get him back in as soon as they can, if they can.
Yeah, I think he needs to come in at standoff to see how he works with Rodwell. He worked well last year with Alfie Langer, and they need his cutting edge behind. He needs the creativity of Lee Breers.
Warrington have a habit of beating the top sides down here at Wilderspool. Last year they took care of St Helens and Wigan and Bradford and Leeds. So they have the pedigree, but this is a new side. Well, he looks calm enough, doesn't he, Ian Millward?
Yeah, 2 scores in front, wind behind. You know, he'd be quite comfortable with this position. He's got a little bit more to worry about, Anderson.
I suppose these two coaches know each other inside out. They were both together at the Illawarra Steerers in Australia. They worked together, they coached together. Sidomic.
Ball retention now, Ray. Try and get up to the danger zone and just create as they did earlier.
This man Rodwell, number 7, beginning to come more and more into the game, isn't he? Beginning to direct operations, and Hilton here again on the charge. These forwards beginning to test St Helens. This match isn't over by any means. Does Rodwell again, but that's a good tackle.
Yeah, a lot of experience with Rodwell. Great organiser, and I think that's why he's come. A young side, just bring a little experience and organisation.
Wellens has missed it. Good chase too. John Clark, he put the kick in, he followed up, took advantage of that problem for Wellens.
Yeah, lovely kick. And the bounce of this rugby ball, he tries to trap it, ball goes over his leg. And the follow-up by Clark. Good play, Clark. Got a bit of momentum on.
Hallwood having to go back a long way. I noticed too, Jonathan, the weather deteriorating. The clouds are coming over, the wind is getting up. Do you think that will suit Warrington? They've got a lot of people who can play in this pack, who can drive the ball down the middle.
Yeah, well, I think the conditions are bad enough without, you know, without it worsening. But the top tacklers, look, they've taken over joint and shields. It just shows the possession that Warrington have had.
Just shows how the game has swung around, doesn't it? Rodwell again, bringing in the loose forward, Darren Burns. Edging closer to that St Helens line. Rodwell, O'Reilly. Oh, good dummy from O'Reilly, but it's a crossing. Oh, Marquette, I think, running across the sight of the St Helens defence.
Yeah, and here he comes, Marquette. Short angle there, bang, and he runs into the hole. Marquette run through a crossing. That's a poor kick by Tommy Martin. He's missed touch.
And you can't afford to miss touch with a wind like this behind you, can you?
I think what happens is he went for distance, and the wind kept it in field.
You can obviously detect that Warrington Wolves are playing with a new verve at this point in the game. It depends how long they can maintain it for. But Ian Millwood, the Saints coach, is likely to respond, I guess, by bringing Darren Britt back on. He's been told to stand up to get warmed up, so it looks as though the Saints defence will need a bit of bolstering, and Darren Britt may be the man to do it.
Rodwell back inside again. This man now from Brisbane Broncos, Darren Burns, beginning to come more and more into this game. A seasoned campaigner. Just signed on a 2-year deal here at Wilderspool. Rodwell. Again, a little grubber kick, favoured by Warrington. Helens just does well to get away though. Oh, terrific run by Helens. And there's a punch up behind the try line. The touch judge just having a look at the situation.
Come away, Dale.
Players having to be dragged away, and I think that can give an indication of just how intense the atmosphere here is now.
Time up, please. Turn around, mate. 21, Matt. Scully! Come back this way, mate. Come back. Sean! Just hold your players here, Saints. Let's just have a minute. Take it steady and calm down. Sean, come back here, mate, please. Just have a rest here. Matt, have a word with your players. Just be calming them down while I find out what's happening. Just be calming your players while I find out what's happening behind,
Very
okay?
calm, controlled.
Very calm. I think it was Dale Lawton who just went. There's number 8, first one. There's a slap. Wells just goes. There's Dale Lawton. Doesn't want to leave him go, does he? Bang. Out the shot. There they go, look.
Well, he can have a word with him, or he might send him to the sin bin for 10 minutes. I think he's going to.
Dale! 10 minutes, mate. Dale Lawton. One of theirs as well, Matt.
Dale Lawton, the Warrington number 8.
The first punch I saw is
definitely
the first punch
going to the sin bin for the first punch.
He's first. Let's let him go. Go, Dale.
I think there's someone else going as well.
Dale Lawton for striking first. Okay, sorry, Matt.
I think there's another one going.
Dale Lawton for striking. Mark, you'll go with him, mate.
Yep, as I thought. I think it's Mark Edmondson who's going with him.
Well, I think it's a very efficient way of dealing with it.
Yeah, calm him down. Yeah, they are, look. Dale Lawton's chasing him. Wang, couple of punches thrown. And they just keep on going, and everyone goes in and join in just to break him up.
And the kick given to St Helens because Lawton threw the first punch. But again, alongside that punch-up, excellent play from the fullback Paul Helens.
Wait, Warrington. Time back up.
Cunningham to Tim Yonkers, substitute, another one of the young St Helens players. Helens. Good switch again to Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe looking at that angle, coming in on that angle. Long, Tommy Martin, good ball out wide. What a Warrington forward. Stewart's going in word by Anthony Stewart. He took that pass superbly. Showed a fine turn of speed. St Helens in at the corner, but I'd like to see that pass again. One or two of the Warrington fans not too happy on the far side.
Well, let's see this forward. This is the ball coming up here. Wag, it's a cut-out pass, and that's a great pass. Very difficult to say if that's forward, but that's good finishing by Anthony Stewart. Look at that. He's gone in. There's the first ball. Lovely width in this passing. And that's the ball that creates the overlap. Hoppy comes in. Still got a lot to do. Pins his ears back. He sees Crowther coming across. He's not going to stop him there. That's a lovely work try. But watch Tommy Martin's pass here. There's long Tommy Martin, bang. There's a dummy runner, Chris Joint, which creates the overlap for Hoppy to put this young winger in. Stewart finishes very well. Been very impressed with Anthony Stewart since he came on the scene.
Another player who has bulked up this season. And Sean Long again in terrific kicking form. Another 2 points from out there on the touchline. And St Helens replying to that sudden burst of form from Warrington with another try and a goal. 28 points to 14.
Here he goes. Watch the dummy run. This is the pass. There's the dummy run at Lee Penny. This time, you know, he reads it, but he reads it wrong again, and the outside man creates the overlap. Hoppy, which he finishes the try. Stewart, well played. I think, you know, Lee Penny hasn't played much in the centre, and they've kind of attacked him, haven't they? They've attacked him in the first half and the second half, and varied their, you know, their running plans against him.
Ian Millward still chattering away, never happy I think until the final result is scored, but Anthony Stewart certainly can be happy with that try. He had a hernia operation at the back end of last season. Another player who has suffered with injuries, but shown the confidence to come through. Yonkers. Just over 22 minutes remaining. St Helens, the Challenge Cup holders, in control.
And more bad news for Warrington Wolves, that Lee Breers, I understand now, will not be coming back into this game. Certainly he was very anxious to get back a few minutes ago. He was insisting that he was okay to play, but they've looked at it, they've taken a careful assessment of it. The ice pack's back on. They say that Lee Breers will not be rejoining the game. That's a blow for the Wolves.
He certainly doesn't look too happy, but I would think at 28-14 it might be a case, Jonathan, of you know, thinking that the game is lost.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's a long season, very long season. Look how he steps back. This is what I said he should have done in the first half. He stands back, takes the pass in the 40-metre line, and look at this. Just aims it into the 20 metres, exactly what Warrington should have been doing in the first half.
Another injury to Warrington. It looks like Matt Rodwell. Well, that would be a massive blow if Matt Rodwell had gone off. He's got a knock to the eye. So the two key men for Warrington, Rodwell and Breers.
There you go, look, he comes in, bang. Oh, and that's a finger in the eye. That's nasty.
It's a knock from his own man. I think it's Paul Wood who's giving him the knock.
And I hope his eye's okay, because that is nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nasty.
Yes.
It's gone up straight away. That doesn't look good. That doesn't. I hope he's okay.
So what a disaster for Warrington coach Steve Anderson to lose his two playmakers. First Lee Breers, now Matt Rodwell. But again, a complete accident. You know, again, just let's hope that there's not too much damage there.
Yeah.
Hang on, lads, hang on. Time back up, please.
Tim Yonkers.
Then Breers is back on.
There is a surprise. Lee Breers, he's a game lad, he's a gallant lad, he wants to do something. I would think they've had great difficulty in keeping him off, Jonathan.
I just think it's in four straight. Rodwell is off, and you know, now he's come on. And if you were a St Helens attacker, you know, you'd be attacking him now because he is weak.
John Clark, come on!
Long, Tommy Martin. Slip pass to Helens. That was a good tackle from Lee Penny. He read that well. But he uplifted him. It's a penalty. Lifting up the foot as he was trying to play the ball.
John Clark! Come here. John. I'm glad you're laughing, mate. Listen, if that had it though, we've got problems on the sides. Yeah, we're swinging towards the edge. We've got to calm it, mate.
And Sean Long taking advantage of the wind. He's calming things down. He's having another shot at goal.
Touches it around now, mate.
Yeah, you know, I think Lee Breers, as I said, has been forced on. They are going to attack him.
4 out of 5 success rate so far. And he's 5th.
Yeah, just chipping him over, building the score. Here's the punch. Look at this. He swings it. Oh, flat hand, really. But I think it's just a frustration coming into the.
Don't forget, we've got to keep back.
John Clark, the referee's right behind him. There's a swinging arm with an open hand. Frustration.
And another interested spectator there, David Waite, the Great Britain coach. I'm sure he'll be keeping a close eye on the form of people like Sean Long and Paul Helens with the Great Britain v Australia test coming up in July in Sydney.
I think that you know, we had problems in the half-back area, and you know, these boys always work well together, Tommy Martin and Sean Long. They have got a cutting edge.
Tim Yonkers, another one of the successful England under-21 side who toured South Africa. Sculthorpe, Helens. Well read there by Domick. He left the loose runner, picked up Helens. Gleeson, he can beat a man, this young man. Stankovic. I've been very impressed with John Stankovic down the right-hand side today. He's done a similar job to Joint down the left, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's an unsung hero who's come through the ranks, and he's performed admirably for the last couple of years. He comes on and makes things happen, and he's an impact player off the bench, but now he's made that position his own.
Long.
A bit tentative, wasn't he, picking up all
I was
up.
just looking there. Lee Breers is favouring that leg, isn't he? It is a professional game, and I mean, there's no doubt that St Helens will be targeting Lee Breers.
Well, you know, he'll be defending out in that wide space, and they will attack. They've attacked Lee Penny. But look at Lee Breers, he just can't even run.
Offside.
Yeah, clearly offside.
Wait.
Warrington still driving forward, still in with a chance. 17 minutes remaining. 30 points to 14 for St Helens. And another Warrington chap in trouble, Paul Wood, being helped off.
Still 70 minutes left, so they need to get on the score sheet quite quickly.
Well, they're running out of players at the moment, aren't they? Tommy O'Reilly. Domick. Excellent tackle.
Great tackle, Gleeson.
Oh, there's a chance for Burns.
Let him up, 3!
Certainly Warrington playing with plenty of spirit. O'Reilly. Playing with a lot more cohesion, really, than one would expect with many new players in. Lee Penny. A good chance there to Kidwell. Oh, Kidwell's got it out now, but he's in touch.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob Smythe, he took the ball superbly. It was a wonderful pass from David Kidwell, but good decision from the touch judge, Mr. Marshall, out there.
Yeah, watch this, takes the tackle, offloads, but watch his foot, goes in the air, comes down, left foot's in touch.
Good effort there from Warrington.
I don't think so. Hang on. Mate, get it in.
Evidence of Kieran Cunningham coming away from the acting half-back position there. 40 runs from the dummy half, Jonathan.
He hasn't scored yet.
He usually does.
He usually gets on, so it's a bit like Paul Newland when he plays. He usually scores, but...
Well, he usually does. 96 tries in 226 games. That's not a bad strike rate. Almost 1 in 2 for a hooker. Darren Britt.
Don't steal it. Let him up, John 4.
Cunningham trying to force away down this right-hand side. They'll move it wide now. Yonkers. Sculthorpe. And again, Sage using the wind, playing for position, keeping Warrington penned in that 10-metre area. Rob Smythe.
Good chase. Lovely kick off the left foot, and it's a good chase. And now Warrington have got to work from their own 22 again.
Just about sums up the lack of good fortune that Warrington Wolves have had this afternoon. Matt Rodwell, their skipper, is back in the dressing room. He's having some stitches put into that rather nasty injury in his eye, picked up by a complete accident, but certainly hasn't gone their way, particularly with the unfortunate injury to Lee Breers. Back on the field, but hardly mobile at all.
The force of the tackle, knocking that ball out of the Warrington players' hands. Kidwell. Good battle there with his Kiwi compatriot Sean Hopping. Both two New Zealand Test players. Breers again seems to be running better now and seems to be getting more confidence in that left leg. 13 minutes remaining. This is the time, Jonathan, really, when that strength will begin to sap, won't it? Very heavy underfoot, very fierce winds blowing.
Yeah, look, but they're attacking him now, look. Good tackle made by Lee Breers. Just got to try and get on the outside, but, you know, you're always a lot fitter when you're in front.
That's true. Helens. Cunningham couldn't get away. It was well read by Warrington's defence on wide there. Mr. Smith played advantage. Chris Joynt bringing the ball away now. Hyam, substitute now on the left-hand side there, but no way through.
The ball, Sculthorpe aims in, tries to clear the overlap, but there's no space. People forget that this is where Paul Sculthorpe started his professional career as well. You know, I was here in Sculthorpe and Yeston Harris were here together. They're tremendous young players, and they've just developed into world-class players.
This lad's had a good game, hasn't he? The new signing from Brisbane Broncos, Darren Burns.
Yeah, run hard.
Good strong runner. Matt Stern. But again, this St Helens defence moving well across field. St Helens defence packing in midfield now as Warrington use these forwards.
And there's a missed tackles rate, 26.
Just couldn't get there.
Great tackle, Helens, one-on-one.
Still, Warrington going for that line. Oh, he should have passed it. I think he should have passed it.
Oh, what a superb tackle. I think Crowther just gets on the outside. Watch his tackle. Lovely hands. I think it's Dominic creates Crowther. Watch this one-on-one. Your money's on the attacker, Crowther. That's a superb tackle by Helens. He's got to be up there for the man of the match.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Him, Sean Long.
I think Helens will be man. But this Warrington pack in midfield holding St Helens. Just goes in. I think it really has been a tribute to these players when you consider how heavy that pitch is underfoot. And this wind, it's never relented all afternoon, has it? Very, very difficult to put such a flowing game together.
I can see the wind there. They've blown that ball over. Yeah, it's they played, both sides have played well, and but typically St Helens fashion, offloading in the tackles, and that's the difference. They've offloaded, and they keep runners off, they keep momentum, and eventually Warrington have run out of defenders. There's the offloads. Look at that, 27.
Well, I don't want to come back to that ball controversy at the beginning, but that looked to me, I know I didn't get Matt's O level first time, but it looks as if it had 8 panels on, so the ball has been changed halfway through the game.
That's the new Gilbert ball, so it is a nicer ball to kick.
But we shouldn't be playing with them until the semi-finals and the finals. Still, I don't think it's made any difference.
No, none at all. Really. The pig's bladder when you were playing anyway.
Long John Silver had a parrot on his shoulder when I was playing Jonathan.
Oh, come on!
Darren Burns. Oh, good run by me.
Top tackle there by Tim Yonkers.
And that's a penalty. Burns playing on. He's had a storming second half for this lad. He really has come to the fore. He's taken the attack to St Helens. John Clark now out to Breers. Breers cut back inside. Still Clark. Tommy Riley. Clark again. Breers. It's a knock on.
No, in that. You haven't played him. First knock-ons, I think, nothing in it at all. Just put his arm out. The first thing, what a knock-on by you, Paul, onto Chris Joint. There's no in the tackle at all.
Russell Smith taking the first knock-on.
Yeah, that clears it up. Watch this. Knock-on first of all. Maybe the right hand was in the face, but I don't think there was nothing in that. Watch, he goes knock-on first, then he goes to the ball. That's a little slap there, I think. Both balls okay.
Sean Long had a busy game, Jonathan, without really making those breaks that we're accustomed to see from him. But again, every game he plays, it's more confidence, isn't it?
As you said, he's come back into it after a long layoff through a knee reconstruction, and he'll be very happy with what he's done today. Scored a try, difficult conditions. He's just pleased to get through the game now with no injuries. There he goes, he's going, they're trying to tug him over, and he's lost it. Or has he?
Leon Felton coming on there as a substitute with 7 minutes remaining. Good strong run again there by number 10, Mark Hilton. This is good play from Warrington. They've been camped down here near this St Helens line for 6 or 7 minutes now. Equally good defence from Saints. On that short side now, Kidwell. Strong cover from Stankovic. O'Reilly to Breers. Good ball. Lee Penny.
Gleeson read that play very well.
Breers again. Seems to be running very, very well now. Cunningham.
Back with me, come on.
There's Helens taking the ball in.
Two, release, this line. Went back. 3, get up in. Stand square.
Paul Sculthorpe. And Darren Britt again, just getting a good pass out there. Sculthorpe again worked very hard around the ruck, this former Warrington player. A world record £350,000 fee. Took him from Wilderspool to Knowsley Road.
There's a forward pass again, looking for the overlap. Yeah, look where the linesman was, right in front.
Yeah, certainly the wind, I think, again, taking that pass forward.
Yeah.
Hang on. Get in, Scully. Wait!
bad mistake.
Back with me, get back. 0.
Yonkers. Cunningham realises he's near that touchline. He's got to step inside, just take the tackle. And as you suspected, Jonathan, the man of the match.
Yeah, Kellogg's not a great man of the match, Paul Wellens. Great first half performance and a tackle in the end. He's just had a very, very competent all-round game.
Again, a little bit of a misunderstanding out there between the St Helens three-quarters.
It's gone a little bit scrappy, hasn't it? A few mistakes creeping in, but you know, I think St Helens think the game is won, and it's not for them to do anything now. They're just running the clock down.
Dale Lawton back after his spell in the sin bin. Mark Edmondson. I think, as you say, Jonathan, St Helens running the clock down. I think they know that barring something unusual, they're in the draw for the quarter-finals on Sunday.
Yeah, draw to be made tomorrow after tomorrow's game in Widnes. Top tacklers, good work rate by Chris Joint. But look at that, Sean Long back in it, 21 tackles. And as always, Mark Hilton with 20 tackles. Good high work rate by those three. Anderson, back to the drawing board, but there's a long season in front. He'll know what to work on.
It's certainly indicative, those top two St Helens tacklers, the pressure that St Helens have actually been under. You know, they've just come out to score their tries, haven't they? Here's another possibility. St Helens there on the attack, but Darren Albert unable to keep his feet.
He's held on the floor. Russell Smith gives the penalty. You could see everyone up on the feet of St Helens fans when he had a bit of space. And Pitty lost his balance there because he was just going to take Lee Penny on. Penalty was given for not playing the ball.
St Helens with Yonkers.
They've got numbers on the left-hand side if they decide to go.
Darren Britt having a second stab at them. Probably not played in conditions like this, the Aussie forward. Sculthorpe. Cunningham, that was a good pass from Cunningham. This lad Gleeson can beat a man nicely. Superb running by the centre. And there's a way there now. Will they catch him?
No.
Mikhayan going for the line. It's a good try. And as we were saying, St Helens riding the pressure. Warrington having all the position, but St Helens racing away. But there's a problem here. Referee Russell Smith consulting the touch judge.
Awful. Of St Helens on the attack, on their about their own 20-metre line. No, I'm going to go with it, to be honest, Steve. I thought it looked fine.
Yeah, he's going to give the try. I think there was a question mark over some kind of infringement for St Helens, but he followed it, and what a superb try. Gleeson makes the break. Great vision, lovely ball, and Hyam does the rest.
I think the touch judge is giving a question of a
forward pass.
Pass, was he, of a forward pass?
No, but look at Gleeson, awareness, good support play by Hyam. And if he wasn't going to score, Tommy Martin was on his shoulder. Do we spot the... Maybe this was the
pass.
Maybe it was. Russell Smith was near, so create good overlap. Good balance off his feet, off his right foot, hand off, and now the awareness and the lovely ball. That's great skills. And Hyam, Tommy's trying to keep up with him. Lovely try.
And what pace from a hooker, Mick Hyam. Ex-Lee Centurions. And the kick with no pressure on for Sean Long. Easy, slots it over that crossbar, and St Helens now, as coach Ian Millward obviously knows, and as those fans know, in the bag for the draw at tea time on Sunday. You can see it on grandstand.
Yeah, good step. Two good steps, then the fend for Hilton, tired. Lovely inside ball, and it's just a foot drift then, and There's only one winner there. I am fresh legs.
St Helens, the Challenge Cup holders, retaining the grip on this trophy, moving into the last 8 of the tournament, along with Leeds, who beat Hull KR at Headingley last night. And the Saints' 6th consecutive win over the Wolves in the Cup, a record stretching right back to 1969. I think Murrayfield very much in coach Ian Millward's sights, and there is the final hooter. Again, gallant performance from Warrington, but those 6 tries and the man of the match performance from Helens has done the trick. 36-14 for Saints.
Yeah, just too good today. You know, they played extremely well into the conditions. Bit of a slow start, but slowly came into it and came out very comfortable.
And I think a delighted Ian Millward is already down there with Richard Duckingfield.
That's right, Ian. I mean, it was an emphatic victory in the end, but in a sense it was a victory against a lot of pressure on Saints, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We were running that stiff breeze in the first half. We're down 8-0, but we were very patient. We worked away and a few things went our way.
I would have thought the 2 first-half tries from Paul Wellens, when things weren't going all that well, were very important to you.
I don't think things weren't going too bad. You know, it's just you get in a pressure situation here where it looks like you're under the cosh, but I didn't think we were that much under the cosh. So we had to buy our time, and I'm very happy with the performance of the players. They've done very well at this stage of the season.
Looking at individual play, young Gleeson, I thought, had a good game, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought everyone contributed. You know, all 17 contributed. It was a good performance today by the team. I was very happy.
Thanks, Ian. The man of the match, Paul Wellens. Congratulations, Paul. Just saying, I thought your 2 tries in the first half, I mean, they were quite crucial, really, weren't they, at that point of the game?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, with the strength of the wind in the first half that was against us, it was important to get some points on the scoreboard, and, you know, luckily we did that.
There was a certain amount of doubt about one of them, obviously. It looked like a double movement, maybe, but I think it was your strength, was it, that got it over there?
Well, you know, I think it was just a bit of momentum that took me over, and, you know, I managed to bounce off. I think it was Lee Breeze and just carry it over.
You have to say, though, that this was a very spirited performance by Warrington Wolves. Second half, they played with an awful lot of verve, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned, it's difficult to come, you know, against that breeze, and they put up a real spirited display, and it was important that, you know, we kept our discipline about us.
Overall, were you satisfied with the standard of the performance?
Yeah, very satisfied. Well, you know, there's a lot to work on for next.